are talking about the double cording foot. I happen to be using the 4 to 6 millimeter because I'm using a more standard size zipper. There is also a 7/8 millimeter option, which is, of course, could be used for larger. What we have are 2 separate grooves on the back side. And the reason that this works so well is as you are sewing, this will literally ride the zipper right in the groove of that foot. So when you place that underneath your needle, that entire groove as you're sewing will stay in place, and you will get a nice even stitch right along the edge of your zipper teeth. So first thing, we of course need to place the foot on the machine. I am going to put that all the way back. The trick to using this with a zipper is that you want to have a zipper that is longer than what is necessary for whatever your project piece is. So the key here is that we do not need to be in place and using this. So we want to be able to have that behind everywhere that we're going to sew. I have moved my needle all the way over to the right, so my zipper is lining up here on the left, and I'm going to stitch over here on the right. I have my fabric pretty side to the right side of the zipper, and I have the raw edges lined up on the right side here. So we're going to just sew a straight stitch. Straight stitch is going to go right down the side on the right edge. So as I'm sewing, you can see the groove is kind of coming up here a little bit. That is the zipper teeth showing. My job here is only to make sure that my fabric is staying straight with the right side of my zipper tape. I need to repeat the same thing with the other side. So I have reversed everything. I've got my needle, everything is in the same position. I now have what I had sewn off to the left. I've got my second piece of my, in this case, pillow back lined up even with my first piece. Again, my right sides are lined up with the edge of my zipper tape. And I just want to get that started. And then I'm going to continue that all the way down just like I did on my first pass, keeping my right sides aligned. We're up at the top, and I'm going to reinforce and cut. Now I'm going to repeat that last stitch one more time. But to make this a beautiful finished pillow, I'm going to cover my zipper. So instead of placing it on the back of my pillow like this, I am going to give it a nice fold and run that just like that. So I'm going to give it a nice fold so it's going to cover over top of my zipper teeth, so it's going to be completely hidden. Before I sew that, I'm going to give that a nice press so that it stays in position so that I don't get an uneven fold as I work my way up. So I'm going to go run over to my iron. I will be right back. So right here we have the fold over the zipper, and I have pressed that in place. I still have that same groove running right over top of my zipper teeth, so I'm going to stay exactly where I was, and I'm going to stitch pretty much exactly where I did the first time. I'm just going to be stitching this fold in place this time around. So with that pressed in place, this time I'm going to go a little bit slower just to make sure that I stay right where I want and keep that fold nice and aligned So I have a beautiful back to my pillow. And with that, finish is that third seam. Everything is in place. I've used a decorative thread so that it looks nice and sharp on the back, and I can have a hidden zipper on my zipper bag. Before I want to put that in the actual zipper, of course, placed into the pillow, I'm going to want to open it. So I will open that and then make sure that my teeth are aligned and pin that in place when I am sewing. And I like to reinforce over my zipper points, both at the top and the bottom, just to give that a little bit extra strength where my zipper will start and stop, so that I don't have any issues with the seam. So once again, that is the double cording foot and installing a zipper. And as an added bonus, doing a fold to hide your zipper on the back of a pillow.